Firstly, have you heard any positive reactions to those announcements from the Prime Minister?
Well, up until last night when I went to bed, no positive reaction at all from any of the yellow vests. And looking through the news wires this morning, there were a couple of protesters in Brittany who were blocking a fuel depot who said, yes, they will now not protest anymore. But I would say 99% of the yellow vests who were questioned, who spoke on French media yesterday, who've been quite outspoken about all of this, they're saying, no, this is definitely not enough. So whatever the Prime Minister announced yesterday, we think that he could have gone a lot further.
And give us an idea, because a lot of the criticism is that, in fact, what he announced was, you know, he was trying to make it look bigger than it actually was. Were there real concessions?
Well, there were, but there was one word in there which really ruined it all, I think, for all the protesters, and that word was postponement. It's like, well, why are you postponing these measures for 6 months when what we want is for you to do away with them completely? I think that is where the protesters feel that they have been ridiculed, really, by the government and by President Macron, because they're saying, OK, you want the fuel tax hike to be abolished, and we also want the wealth tax to be brought back. That, of course, hasn't even been discussed yet. And they're saying, OK, well, we will not impose the fuel tax hike, 6% in diesel and only 3% in petrol from the 1st of January. We'll just put it back for 6 months. And they're saying, well, in that case, we're not going to put our yellow vests away. We'll just leave them on, because in 6 months we'll be coming back again. So there are a few concessions, but they say this is all like little measures, nothing really that we really wanted.
Mini measures, you say there, but, you know, it is nonetheless the first time President Emmanuel Macron seems to have conceded to the voice from the street, is it not?
It is. I mean, I think the headline on the front page of the French daily Libération summed it up today, because as many of our viewers will know, the party that Emmanuel Macron founded is called the Republic on the Move, and Libération headlines with the words "Republic on the Move" backwards, because they're making concessions. This is the first time that he's made concessions. He said all the way down the line up until last week, I will not move. We're going to bring in these hikes. We need to do this because we need to move France forward. We need to make France a more ecologically friendly country. That's what this tax hike was all about, on what they say is the fact they want to move people away from petrol and diesel vehicles into green-friendly vehicles. But I think most people who've got those vehicles don't quite see it that way.
No, indeed. And a couple of